God, like, do you know anything? And Gavin says, I ain't telling you shit. He's like, come on. He's like, nope. Hey, Vicky, I ain't telling you shit. I'm just using you for my own ends. You're the guy who stole my fucking sphere, Vicky. You think I'm gonna be your goddamn friend? And then he says, master this damn sphere fully. Because I'm gonna, if you don't, I'm gonna steal it right back, asshole. And he just leaves. God, light me on, Sam. And then Vicky's like, don't worry, everybody. Don't worry, Minabody. He's not our enemy, for the time being, at least. And she says that the resignation that he once had seems to have vanished. So he, like, can't even steal the sphere if he wanted. Freaking that Advent guy, he's a pile of shit. But we've got no clues about him and what he wants, but we've got lots of food for thought about Sidreals and their dominion over mankind. And it's like, why would they go to such lengths to do this shit to humanity? We'll have to beat the shit out of them to get them to tell us. And that's not going to be good because Sidreal are a pretty powerful dude. But no need to despair. We're pretty good at beating the shit out of everybody and getting them to spill their beans. So everybody is super mad. Yeah, everyone was like, anyone wants to take away my future? Remember when I tried to kill all you guys? That's because a dude told me what to do, and fuck that. So everyone's mad as hell, and we're going to go to Wrath Babylon, and this time we're going to win. This time, I'm going to win. So, Hibiki's got a lot to fill Susanne in on while she was away, but right now, his thinking like, the undying Asakim and the resurrected Advent. Is there resurgence connected to how I rewound time because I'm a magic baby?
Who's the magic baby? Who's the magic baby?
We've got a lot of magic babies, but he's definitely the case. So now we're back under the Chien mountain. So Ronan is like, fuck. All of the secrets of Chrono have just been friggin' put on Facebook and we're done. Wrangled and drangled. Martha, on the other hand, is like, nah, it's no big deal, don't worry about it. Says, the domination by Sidreals is just echoed in the current state of the world with the royal occupants. And Albert's like, dang it, Martha! You've been bound so long by your noble family name and all the authority and power it gives you, and you're just going to be, like, so blasé about losing all that? And he's like, well... So, Martha then says, well, what do you expect me to do? And he's like, fight! Like all mankind! All of mankind's got to fight, not just Z Blue. And Albert eventually just goes, right, that's it, I'm out. I'm not going to work for you terrible people because you're all stupid and shit. I'm out. I'm going to find a better way to fight back than not, and also work for you. And then Ronan says, but Albert, could you... And he's like, don't worry, I'll tell Riddy that if I meet him, I'll tell him that his dad is pulling for him, wants him to win and is good. And he's like, yeah, thanks, good, thanks. Ronan then is like, oh, it's all over. And Martha's like, no, we can still gather the Dragon Balls. No, we can still gather Chrono for a last stand. And then Carlos Axion Sr. walks in and is like, nah. King! And he's like, no, the title of King means nothing. Sidreal will cut Chrono loose now that we have actually no power at all. And it's on our heads. Like, after Chrono's been going for so long, we were the ones who let the secret out, like, under our watch, so we're definitely toast. But it's time for the youngsters to decide what happens next, and at the least, Carlos Axion Sr. thinks that his son's wish has finally been granted. But now's when the troubles truly begin. And now Astralis is now doing his own worldwide broadcast, and he's like, welcome, foolish, puny earthlings. Everything Elgin Roddick said is true. All of you, dating back to your ancestors, have been Sidreal's possessions, and you live or die at my, Emperor Astralis' pleasure. You want to fight about it? Bring it on! Everyone knows where Wrath Babylon is, and I'm not going to run or hide. And he says, come, let there be a duel over the fate of this planet. And so, now here we are at the Lagrange point. I'm like, wow! So I'm like, that fucking dude just declared war on everybody! I'm gonna beat his fucking balls in! And, it was like, it was more like a challenge to us than the whole world. Like, really. But Suzune is up for a fucking fight because she's cool now. And it turns out that her and Umbriel accepting each other instead of trying to kill the other one and be dominant was the key to being the cool and balanced and having a nice life. Not the typical psychological outcome, but it's a good one based on Hibiki's example of surpassing opposites. Hibiki's still lost in thought, and everyone's like, wow, that's pretty. It's like he's still just meditating or whatever. It's like, but Suzune's back. Like, that's a little sad that he's not hanging out with her.
Yeah, meditate, man. That's how that works.
Yeah, he's gotta chill out. And then they're like, but Geminian Ray's new move, like he's thinking about that. Is that like the power of love? And Suzune's like, that would be great if it were like, yeah, is it the power of love? She's like, that would be really nice if it was. Like, wait, Suzune, you don't know how it works? It's like, yeah, it'd be really nice as an example of the freedom I experienced thanks to Umbriel's rebellious streak. That like, and it's like, oh, and okay. And then everyone is like, oh, that's why your pilot suit is even more daring than it was before. And you've got the glasses. Yeah, I like the glasses, so now I get to keep the glasses. It's more like the ultra, like, the fact that I'm basically naked and wear glasses is expressive of my whole being.
Sure.
And everyone's like, glad you're back. Really needed that added strength. Like, thanks. She's like, anyway, I'm gonna go talk to Hibiki. And everyone's she's like, wow, fuck. Wow, Umbriel really did the number on Suzune. Like, yeah, Suzune is cool now. It's like, yeah, she's gonna fucking murder Hibiki's deck 10 times. But we gotta fight Sidril, it's gonna be serious. And Emperor Astralis at Wrath Babylon, we're gonna win. So here they are. She goes to have a chat with Hibiki. He's gonna sit in the seat and she'll drape her legs over him, because that's the design. And she just says, thanks for saving me! And yeah, she's doing a little cry. She's got a new portrait where she's crying, but she's wearing the jumper. Got all her clothes on. And then Hibiki promises to tell her everything that's happened in her absence, but he still needs to go through some things like Geminian Ray and Maki and TD. And he feels bad. She's like, okay, like, you deal with that. I'll leave you alone. You've got something. But one thing she says before she's like, oh, one last thing, Hibiki-kun. And then she says, I love ya. And he's like, yep, that's food for thought. And he's like, oh, okay. So Hibiki now is like, so, I did see Suzune die though. And then I was like, no, that can't happen. And then that reality actually happened and she didn't. And there was a genuine jump in time. Well, that was fucked up. And Advent and Astakim with that, like, was that part of the 12 spheres being in unison? Like, multiple spheres can't let one reactor surpass their own limits. But, like, yeah, okay, so they say that multiple spheres can let a reactor surpass their own limits. The opposite of what I said first time. It's like, multiple spheres, can all 12 actually rewind time and undo things? Like, it's like, that's not even, like, permissible or right, because then I could totally fuck the timeline of the world if it was in the wrong hands. If someone with no scruples used it, they would be like, truly they would be called a god. And still no AG. And here's the area that Wrath Babylon are controlling. They only control 64% of the world now. They were up to 85% at one point.
That's a good name. Wrath Babylon?
Yeah, their capital building, Wrath of Babylon of the Gaia Kingdom. Okay, and then AG's still not here. Please make an orderly queue to the back of the line. And we'll sell the shit cakes again. I can't believe they nerfed the cakes. They used to be 500, and then they nerfed the cakes and made them only